Good afternoon. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to do a what sold for the week of June 7th through June 13th. I was going to do it this morning, but I ended up already being out the door at 6:30 this morning to go to a churchyard sale, which I did okay. I did okay. I spent like $17 and found some treasures for reselling and found some treasures for me. So this is the start of our yard selling weekend, and I'm hoping to pick up quite a few treasures. Even Robert, after going to martial arts this morning, stopped at a few and picked up some things for me. So it's an ongoing thing for us, you know, Monday through Wednesday. Well, really Sunday through Wednesday, I'm listing, and then the weekend I list a little bit less, but I try to keep some going, and then we source. So this last week was I didn't sell as much, but I sold some really high dollar stuff, so it helped, and I was going to share some of them with you. If you're new to my channel, I have been selling on eBay for 22 years. It has been mostly our primary income for all of this time, and I love what I do. I have mostly been a toy, specifically stuffed animal reseller, but this last year has taught me that you need to diversify and get other things in your stores just to kind of help with the lulls. So let me get started with some of the things that I sold this week. Just a reminder, refresher, I don't do free shipping. So when I say something sold for this amount, it does not include the shipping. So this first item, I don't even remember where I got it from, but most of the things I buy are either from yard sales, thrift stores, or at the Goodwill thrifts or bins. So I probably wouldn't have paid more than $1 or $2 for this. And this first item is a Commonwealth rabbit. A lot of times I don't find comps for the things that I sell, so I just go based on experience. So I listed this kind of high, and it sold for $37.15. I've talked about these dishes. We've been buying a lot of dish sets, and I've been selling most of them per piece and letting people choose however many they want. Now I have started doing a few things in lots. But this is the Linux Sprite Temperware. Somebody bought 4 plates, the last 4 plates, no, the first 4 plates, and she paid $74.20. We bought these at an estate sale. I don't remember how much. If Robert was here, he'd remember, but I don't remember how much we paid for the set. This next item, I picked these up at a yard sale, I believe, and it was just all of these were together. It was a bunch of the mini My Little Pony figures. I think they come from the blind bags. I think I paid $1 or $2 for the whole bag, and I sold them best offer of $30. This is our first clothing sale. We've been kind of stocking up on them, trying to familiarize ourselves with the different things that you need to sell clothing. So I listed about, I want to say 20 or 20 some shirts last week, and this was the first one. Now we considered at first doing free shipping on these, but I have since changed everything back to not free shipping. We'll be doing flat rate for anything under £1. But I did take a best offer on this Pendleton shirt for $30. This, Robert picked this up at an estate sale. I want to say he paid $20 for it, and it was in a horrible box, and I just looked at him and shook my head. I shouldn't do that. But I've listed it. It was listed for a couple of months, and it sold for $158.05. And I believe it went international, so they paid a lot. But it's just this strainer system that you use when you're canning, I guess. But that was a very nice sell. This is, I went to an estate sale and picked up these silver colored pine cones, and I bought 8 of them, and I paid $1 each, and I just shot for the stars with them. I listed each one. They are really real silver coating, these pine cones, and I listed each because they were just, because they're pine cones, just unique enough that I didn't want a chance doing a lot of 8. And somebody made me an offer of $20 each through messages, and then she ended up offering me $20 each, but she wanted free shipping. And so I said, go ahead and make me the offer. Well, when she sent it through, it came through as the $15.75 plus $4.25 shipping. So it was all 8 of them for $160. So I turned $8 into $160. I had no clue what they were worth, so I'm thrilled. I featured this a couple of weeks ago. I bought this at a churchyard sale. Paid $1 for it. It is Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron, and I sold it for $37.15. At that same church sale, I picked this up on the second day that we went, so I paid $1 also for it. I've never heard of Martha Speaks, but this was the small 7-inch dog, and it sold for best offer of $45. This, guys, I featured this, I think, last week's haul. I paid $50 for a box of these Dimensions cross stitch, you can tell I'm not crafty, cross stitch kits. And this one I listed for $159.95. That's, I had seen one on Terapeak, and within a few hours I got a best offer of $140, which I did accept, and they've already left me glowing feedback. So, and I've still got, I think, 7 more of them. I picked this up at a yard sale recently. I think I paid $1 or $2 for it. And it is a Baby Genius Binko bear plush. And I listed it and took a best offer of $61.75. The mother sent me a message saying that she has been looking for this. This is a backup to a loved toy, and she was just thrilled to find it. So, nice. I don't even remember buying this, but these were some Lane Bryant vintage pajamas in size 4X that I had to have picked up at an estate sale, and I took a best offer of $26. I think Robert picked this up recently at an estate sale, and I listed it and took a best offer of $20. It is a vintage Igloo Legend 6 purple cooler. There were lots of varieties on there. There's some that sell for more. There's some that were green with the purple handle, and they're all varieties. But I just decided to list it a little bit high and took the best offer. I featured this, I think, in last week's haul. I paid 50 cents for a Balderdash game from 2003, and I took a best offer of $20. We picked this up at an estate sale, and they sat here forever waiting to be cleaned up, and I just decided I was going to go ahead and get them cleaned and get them listed. And they were West Bend Miracle Made aluminum pots and pans. I listed them at $89.95, and they sold the same week I listed them. I took they were on sale, and they sold for the $83.65. I always have a sale on my store. I just feel like it keeps me up in the algorithm. So I run a sale for a week. Sometimes I'll do 6%, sometimes I'll do 10%, or anywhere in between. Sometimes I'll only do it Monday through Thursday, and then I'll do more on the weekend. It just, however I feel that week. But I always keep a sale going. This was a surprise. This was in one of the totes we've bought recently at estate sales. I didn't think anything of it until I think I did a Google Lens check on it and listed it and sold it for $18.55. This is the second or third one of these that I have bought. They are Christmas Around the World, and it's a Santa Claus, but you put ceramic and you put incense inside of it. The first one I bought was new in the box, and I think I sold it for about $40 or $45. But this one had been used, and let me show you. It was very smoky on the inside of it, but I went ahead and listed it less because of the condition, and I sold it for $27.85. I think I picked this up for 50 cents or $1 at a yard sale. But I tend to do quite well with this vintage Christmas Around the World by House of Lloyd. So if you see it, definitely do the comps on them. I had several forklift type snapback hats that I had listed. I auctioned them at first, and I sold one immediately through the auction, and then the rest I just went ahead and threw in my store, and I kept getting like $30 offers, and I would counter, and finally somebody offered me $50, so I took the best offer of $50 on it. I featured these, I think, in last week's haul. I bought a Weebles Treehouse, and I decided to split it up. I did the Winnie the Pooh and Tigger were one auction, or one listing, and then I did these 3 Weebles, and then I did the Treehouse, and I've actually just this week sold the Treehouse and shipped it, but I took a best offer on these of $14. I featured these also in a recent haul video. These are Tupperware cafeteria trays, that's what I called them, and I think these 2 I paid $2 each, and then I just recently picked up some red ones that, no, I paid $2 for the 2. The other ones I paid 50 cents each, and I sold these for $13.90. This is a Build-A-Bear dog plush. I took a best off. No, I sold this for $13.90. Why I'm showing this is when I was getting ready to pack it, I accidentally squeezed the paw and didn't even realize that it was a personalized message on it. So I did contact the buyer, and she sent me back saying not a problem, that you can take it to the Build-A-Bear factory or the workshops and have the sound box replaced. So she was happy, and I was glad that I didn't have an issue with that. This is a Mary Myers finger puppet. This is the second one. I had these featured in a haul, I think at the beginning. I paid, I think, 50 cents each, and I did sell this for $13.90. It's just a little 4-inch finger puppet. I featured this a couple weeks ago. I paid $2 at a yard sale for this. It's a Tupperware microwave starter set, and I took a best offer of $30 on it. I found these at a Goodwill. I think I paid 50 cents each for them. It's just some Hawaiiana type coffee cups. I went ahead and decided to keep them as a set, and I sold them for a best offer of $16. These next few are Facebook sales that I've had this week. It's been pretty good. This week, everything just seems to have slowed down a little bit. I think people are enjoying their school's ending. I have lots of friends who are at the beach, so it's just that time of year where, you know, they talk about the summer slowdown, so we're all facing it. These were some stencil sets that I picked up at the Goodwill bin, so I paid by the pound. They were probably between a pound and two, so I probably paid $1 to $2 for them, and I sold them on Facebook for $20. This is one of the brass items. I think I've shown it recently in a haul. It sold for $9 on Facebook, pretty much right after I listed it. This is a Breyer horse. It was in one of my recent hauls too. I bought what was it? Oh, a Breyer stable, and this was down in the container of stuff that it came with. And I sold it on Facebook for $22. Now I start everything on eBay first, and then I wait a few days and try to get them transferred over to Facebook. And usually a lot of things sell pretty quickly there. I've had this forever. It was just one of those things I think I picked up at the Goodwill bins I'm talking years ago. And it's just a little plastic coat hanger with these dinosaurs on it. And it's been on eBay forever, and I went ahead and listed it over on Facebook, and it sold for $10. I love when this stuff finally gets taken out of the storage bin over there, and I can make room to put other stuff in it. This is just an example. On Facebook, you can't bundle as far as combining shipment. So I have people who contact me all the time, and they want to buy certain things. So I'll just pull them. I store everything in clear bags, and I'll adjust one of the listings to include everything in it, and they're happy and I'm happy. But I sold these 4 little people figures and vehicle for $20. I featured this recently in one of my hauls. I had a little box of Peppa Pig play sets. There was I think a school and a bus and this boat. And I went ahead and got it listed on Facebook, and it sold for $28. This is just another example of something that's been on eBay, and when I get it over onto Facebook, it's sold. You can pick these up at yard sales all the time. You need to watch when you find them that they're not really yellowed. They seem to, I think, yellow after a time if they've been out near a sun or something like that. But you can pick these up for $1 or $2, and makes it. I have a tote that's just these letters, so that if I buy something and it's missing a letter, I have backup. But I sold this on Facebook. It's a Leapfrog Fridge Phonics doghouse set, and it sold for $12. And my brass, more brass. I featured these ducks, I think, a couple weeks ago on a haul, and I don't remember how much I paid for them, but it must have not been very much. And I sold this set for $30, and as soon as she got it, she sent me a message on Facebook telling me how thrilled she was. But these were heavy. So that's it. This was this week's highlight. I haven't got brave enough yet to take the camera and do my pulls and videotape, because that just turned into a fiasco the last time, but I'm hoping to do that. I'm going to try to, that way you can see the process that I go through. I'm also considering trying to get some videos together on just best practices, things that I do when I'm processing. How do I process stuff? And how do I store stuff? But again, my name's Rebel. Yes, that's my birth given name. And I'm a full-time reseller, this is what we do. We homeschool and sell online and enjoy life. All right, I'll see you on the next video.